What's going on? This is a new series, Sunday Analysis, where I'm gonna upload every Sunday the pairs that I like for the week. I'm gonna mark them up. I'm gonna show you where if it shows me a buy, where I'm gonna enter. If it shows me a sell, where I would enter. And then next Sunday, we're gonna go over this Sunday's pairs to see if I was spot on with my markup. And I'm gonna upload every Sunday. This is a series for every Sunday. So I'm gonna show you the pairs that I'm interested in, and hopefully you guys can learn off that, or you can follow along. I'm gonna show you the pairs, and let's get right into that. All right, so the first pair I'm interested in is USD CAD. Before I get into this breakdown, I do want to mention that this series, the Sunday analysis series, is more for the people that have a better understanding of the market. This is completely different from the other series that I'm doing, the trading for beginners. Yeah, this is more for the people that have a better understanding. So yeah, let's get right into this. With any pair that I trade, all right, I start off at the higher time frames and then I break it down to the lower. All right, so I go to the monthly, the weekly, the daily, the 4 hour, and so on, right? So here we're at the monthly. I'm seeing that last month, right, the month of July closed bullish, right? So this month I see that we made our low already, right? So that's our monthly low. I like to mark up my monthly low, and I also like to mark up the monthly high. All right, I see that the monthly high already broke above our previous monthly high. So I go down to the week. All right, go down to the weekly. I also see that last week closed bullish as well. So if last month closed bullish and last week closed bullish as well, off the back of my mind, I'm already knowing that the buyers have a lot of value. So my bias is leaning on more buys than sells. All right, I'm looking for buys. So now that I'm in the weekly, I really do believe that we're gonna break our monthly high. And let me show you why. Because if I go to the daily, right, this red line is our monthly low. I see that we created a support on our monthly low, right? I also see that we have this range to fill and break our monthly high. So if I go down to the 4 hour, you have the support right here, right on our monthly low. We have our push to break this resistance. You have your breakout and your retest. So what I'm looking for, right, something like this to continue to fill in this range and break our monthly high. So I'm looking for buys. For USD CAD, I'm looking for buys. If I were to sell USD CAD, I need a break below our old resistance, which is now new port, right? So I'm looking to sell. I'm looking for a close below here and so on, right? That's what I'm looking for sales. But my overall bias is I'm buying USD CAD. I believe it's gonna fill in this range, but we're gonna have to wait and see. All right, if I go down to the hour, if you look left, you do have this clean range. So I believe this range is gonna be filled. And if I go back to the daily, it just looks good for a buy. But we're gonna move accordingly and we'll see from there. So the next pair I'm interested in is the SPX 500. Like I said, I go to the monthly, it's bullish, right? Bullish. Last month closed bullish. This month already broke last month's high. All right, so if I mark the low, if I mark the high, now I go to the weekly. I see that last week closed bullish, but it's at an all-time high. And usually when these indices, right, make new highs, new all-time highs, they need to come down for liquidity. So on the daily, look how Friday closed bearish. All right, so I really believe that the SPX is gonna drop a little bit more for more liquidity before it breaks a new high. Right? So if I go down to the 4 hour, you can see that all these candles try breaking new highs. It finally broke a new high and then right away came down. So that's already indicating to me that it needs more volume to break above its own high. So I think it's going to come down more for liquidity before it shoots up. My ideal buy is here. I'm looking to buy here. I'm looking to short SPX to this area of interest and then just swing it up. right? Hold for buys. I don't think it's gonna break new highs from here. It is currently at a support, right? I do believe it's gonna break this support and come down for volume, right? Get all these buyers out and then shoot up. This level is my level of interest because if you were to put the fib from here, from its low to its high, it falls in the gold zone, right? The 76%, between the 76 and the 61%. So I'm interested in here to to buy. So this pair is going to require more of a bit of patience because it needs to break the support, come down for volume, and then I'll be buying here. So yeah, that's basically it for SPX. Am I going to short the market once it breaks this? We'll see. I will live trade that if I do. I'm gonna live trade all my positions that I enter on these pairs that I'm interested for the week. But yeah, I really believe it's gonna come down for more volume and then go up. So that's that for SPX. All right, so another pair I'm interested in is the Nasdaq. Same thing, same setup as the SPX. The SPX, all indices, the SPX, Nasdaq, and US 30, they all correlate. So if one's dropping, they're all dropping. I basically just go off setups, what I like to see. So for the daily, all right, same thing. I see these rejections. I'm seeing that it needs more volume to make a new high, right? I see on the 4 hour, we broke support. So I believe it's going to fill this range for volume. It's going to fill this range, come down for liquidity, and then go up, right? Because it needs volume to break new highs. That's what I want to see. So at 23,500, around this area, I'm interested in buying with obviously candle confirmations. So I will be shorting the Nasdaq if it breaks these lows, at least to fill in this range. I always look left for clean ranges, and this is a clean range. So once it breaks these lows, I might take profit for shorts or down here, and I wanted to create a support, and then I can go long for buys, but only in this area. Now, if it breaks above here, then that'll be a different story. All right, I'll move accordingly. But all these trades, I'm going to be trading live. So whenever I enter a position, it's going to be recorded. So that way, next Sunday, I can include that into the breakdown. So that's that for Nasdaq. Now we're gonna get into gold. Right. Same thing. Last week closed bearish. Friday before market closing, we closed bearish. The monthly, we're all rejecting these highs. Right. So look how many times the monthly got rejected over here. That's already indicating to me we need a lot more volume to go up. So I'm gonna go to daily. The fact that we're in this range, I believe we're gonna fill this range. We're gonna drop to at least down here, maybe even lower, but I'm gonna be shorting gold to fill in the bottom of the range. This is probably like the least pair I'm interested in for the week because gold is very volatile, but I don't think it's gonna make new highs just like this. I believe it's gonna come down for more volume and then shoot up if that happens. But I am shorting gold. I'm a short gold. I see that it broke it broke out of this, right? And then came up, retested old support, which is now new resistance, right? And then it's breaking low. So now if we break these lows, we have a clean range down, right? 'Cause like I said, I always look left. And we have this big bullish candle that got pushed up. So this is a clean range for it to fill down here and fill in this range. So this is the last pair I'm interested in. I usually trade between 3 to 4 pairs a week. I go based off setups. I might not trade these pairs next week. It's strictly setups. And after I'm done marking all my pairs up for the week, I see what news is coming out for the week as well. All right. So on Tuesday we do have Canadian dollar news, all right, for the CAD. So that is one of the pairs that I am trading. I'm trading USD CAD. So we're gonna see what's going on Tuesday for the Canadian dollar. They are the the Canadian dollar is collapsing somewhat. So I'm more on the buying side based off setup. So hopefully when this news drops, it goes in my favor. I will be live recording that as well. So Tuesday we have news. Wednesday, there's nothing really. We do have a USD folder at 11, but we'll see how that affects the market. I'm mainly on Thursday. Thursday, we have all these red folders for USD. All right. So I believe Thursday and Friday, right? I think, yeah, Friday at 7, we have the Fed speaking. So Thursday and Friday is going to be some big volume in the market. So we'll see. I'm most likely gonna fill in the range on Thursday or Friday. All right? That's when I'm getting out the market. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I will be live trading all my positions for these pairs. And yeah, I'll move accordingly if it goes against my bias because I am buying USD CAD. I do want to buy USD CAD, but if it shows otherwise, I will be acting on it and live recording that. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Real simple breakdown, for the traders that understand a little bit about the market. Yeah, you guys have a good one.